Whatsoever your hands find it to do, do it with all your might. This is a story of a preacher. I will talk to you about a preacher. A congregation that I watched it in, when he was employed, man, he saw that there was this huge gap between the rich and the poor. He was so concerned. Now he tried to ask several questions because he had passion for God. So he diversified a means of bridging this gap. How did he do it? How did he achieve it? Listen, he created a group, right? Back then there was no WhatsApp group and all that. There was no WhatsApp group. So how did he create this group? This physical group in the church. He wrote our names, the names of all the young ladies. He wrote all our names out and then grouped us. Thereafter, he now attached an elderly woman to the group. Remember, he has created this group into about 16 groups in the church. And then he now attached all the older women to a particular group. You, so person, you belong to group A, to group B, and so on and so forth. It was in this group that we got to know ourselves. Remember, the Bible says, let the older women train the younger ones. The preacher foresaw that there was serious, Gentiles and Jews in the church. Yes. If God has elevated you to some extent, it is very possible for you to maybe look down on yourselves, kind of. Even as a sociologist, he saw that, this one might not work out sincerely. So he had to diversify that means to bridge the gap by bringing the older women and the younger women together. It was in that group that all the mummies began to, get closer to us, to all the younger women. They began to get closer to all the younger women. They will ask you some personal questions. They will ask you how you are faring on. Where, if you are working, what kind of work are you doing? Are you getting a gist? So there was that gap. If you are in the city where your parents are not there, you're just like, you're just surviving on your own, right? And if you were not spiritually rooted from your home, it becomes so difficult for you to, survive in the city. As a young lady, you'll be following left, right, and center, doing your thing. But if you were spiritually rooted, it will help you to know where you belong. In fact, the first thing you want to do is to trace the church where you have worshipped back home. And that was how somebody personally like me survived. And when I got to the church, we tried to mingle. This preacher saw that the gap between my sister in the eastern part of Nigeria and the western part of Nigeria was too big. So he bridged it. He brought all of us together. So that if anything happened to Regina, Sister Glory will be asked. Sister Owen will be asked. Sister Gift will be asked. My whereabouts. Okay? And Mommy was there to groom. Mommy will personally call you, give you a call to find out how you are faring on. That was how we got to know these mommies and daddies in the church. On the other way around, the younger men were also attached to the older men. And they groom us so well. Mommy will ask you, are there brothers in the faith that are, that are, interested in you? And if you were not truthful, it's left for you and your God. I will personally say, this person, nobody. And truly, there was nobody. Are you getting the point? And if there was somebody, you have to say it. Are you getting the point? And she will pray for you. And when the Lord visited me in that aspect, mommy will have to be the first to be, to get the story, to get the gist. That was how we grew up. And that was how we became so spiritually inclined. You will share things in common. Mommy cannot sit down in a day without getting to know your whereabouts. I'm asking you, in today's society, in today, the way it is now, I think what I'm seeing is no longer what I used to see back then. As an elderly women in the church, what are your rules? How are you getting along with the older women? When mommy noticed that I was getting married, it was like, it was a personal thing. This is somebody who's not biologically related to me. The whole world got to know. She and her husband suspended an event that had to do with the government because both of them wanted to attend my wedding. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It was a personal thing. That was because a preacher had been that way. What kind of a preacher are you today? Is my problem your problem? What is going on in your own congregation? That you are just closing your eyes. It's none of your business. As long as you are being paid, you just walk away. A church is supposed to be a place where you run to and get filled. Where you are empty, and when you get there, you feel the impact. These days, a church is not a ground for gossip. Mommy took my matter like personal. She prayed for me, apart from the prayer that my parents were praying for me. Mommy was there for me. How many people are looking up to you as an elderly woman? Some people are now having diarrhea of the mouth. You get the point? You tell mommy, okay, you tell this person that, you see there's a brother. No, it shouldn't be you. It should be the other person. Auntie, it was in this same congregation that all these older women were happy for people, even when they were not the one giving birth to these people. What kind of a woman are you? What kind of a preacher are you? We're talking about Honorable Rambi with his wife. They personally took the youth's matter like their lives depends on it. And that was why when they were leaving, whole congregation in Abuja and beyond, they came to give him exactly what he truly deserved. Tell me, his life has been progressive. You cannot serve God and eat grass. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave you with this. If God has put something in your heart, if God has called you to be an elderly woman, be spiritually inclined so that people will look up to you. I'm so proud of Mommy Gure. Till tomorrow, until even my children got to know her. Yes, because she played a major role in my life. Mommy Odosi, may your soul rest in peace. May your children never see evil in their lives. You get Mama Ebon, Onoaha, all these people, they were there for all the younger generation. And I'm so proud of all of you. You need to learn lesson. If you find this video useful and you are a woman, try to encourage people's children, and it shall be well with you. God bless you.